Do I need warn you of my indiscretions?
No, madame.
Does where I have been concern you?
No, madame.
So much.
Well, I think my first question is that now that you played Princess Margaret and in The Crown and Empress Josephine, how would you want to ever be like in the royal family and a monarchy or anything else like? I know your film and theater royalty with your Pieces of a Woman and Streetcar Named Desire roles. You're already kind of royalty in that fact. But would you want to live the life in the royal family?
Do you know, it's people actually ask me that quite a lot because even when the Queen died, people asked me like I was a member of the royal family. I was like, oh, I just pretended to be for a few years. But you know, I remember filming the Crown and Peter Morgan saying to us right at the beginning, he said, you have to imagine, he said to all the actors, you have to imagine that you have a really sharp stone in your shoe all the time. Nothing can be easy just because you have this privilege and you live in these palaces. And things have to be tough, and he wanted it to be. And so, of course, it was between the sisters and between her and Philip, and the whole series, I think, has been like that. And actually, I didn't really know anything about, I'd never imagined really what it was like to live in those actual extremity of circumstances. But I think all of us felt that we wouldn't want to be part of it just because I think it's a tough job. It's a really tough job. So I would assess that, and I would certainly not want to be Empress. No way.
I wonder, like, there's so many great performances. I mean, from Ridley Scott in the director's chair, the writing, definitely the wardrobe department, and you and Joaquin Phoenix just killed it on the screen. But how much did the wardrobe help you get into this character? Because I mean, it was so extravagant on both ends. Like, I love that. The coronation scene and all that, you know, how much did getting into the wardrobe help you fit the character?
So helpful, as always, and particularly when you're playing someone that really loves clothes. If you don't, you know, if you're not playing a character that cares or really thinks about it in the morning, you don't really use it in a way. But when they do, unlike me, you have to really have a relationship to them and enjoy them as they would. And so it was amazing to go on this journey with Janty Yates, who's just the most talented costume designer. And she would hand make everything, and she would show me all these fabrics, and we choose different dresses depending on where she was at. And we marked out her whole journey when she started wearing tiaras and, you know, very royal, even though they were supposedly not supposed to be royal until obviously he made himself emperor and her empress and crowned her. And it was just extraordinary journey. And we did actually film scenes in the prison at the very beginning of the film. I think it would have been a hugely long version for the cinema if it was included. But it was amazing to go from wearing total rags, you know, to going to wear huge pieces of jewellery and a huge coronation gown and have a crown on your head. It was quite an extraordinary journey, a life journey really for her. And I had an incredible amount of sympathy for her going on that kind of intensity and extremity of a life.
I'm not built like other men. And I'm not subject to petty insecurity. You're a beast. I feel sorry for you.
You want to be great? You are nothing without me. You are just a brute that is nothing without me.
Speaking of that, like, what's aspects of Josephine Bonaparte's life do you feel are most relevant to the contemporary audience today?
I think Joaquin and I really wanted to create something that didn't feel as a relationship too period expected in a period drama. They never felt like they were expected. It felt hugely unpredictable, volatile, so much power switching and so much intensity and obsession and these mad romantic sort of adolescent letters to each other, mostly him to her, and then the other way around when the power switched. So he wanted to do something that felt modern and codependent and confusing, and I never wanted her ever to feel like a wife that was, you know, I wanted her to feel like she had this strangeness to her, because I think both their psyches, to be attracted to each other like they were and never able to detach from each other, they must have both been unusual as individuals, and then together to create that kind of dynamic that we read so much about. So in a way, that's we wanted to do something unconventional, which I hope feels more modern.
Well, great job. This is definitely one of Ridley Scott's greatest performances, and you've been always great on the screen and the stage. And I just applaud this performance. It was a pleasant surprise, and I hope everybody else recognizes what you guys put into it. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you.